I want to welcome you to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. You can get us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Deezer, Vimeo, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't you go anywhere. We're going to have a great show for you. We'll be right back. Thank you so much again for joining us. We're having a wonderful time right here at Dream Chasers Radio. I am telling you, this is going to be the first for me. I think, have I ever had someone I've never had anyone that did this thing right here. And I'm in amazement at how they can do this. And I don't want to any of her secrets, but I'm going to ask her later on. Anyway, so here it is, Miss Melissa Fleming. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
No problem. Okay. Tell me, what do you do, girl?
So, actually, I do a lot of things with my life, but the one thing that we are focusing on today is actually my 3 daughters and I. We actually have a wax melt company that all the wax melts, everything are emoji themed. So there are a bunch of different expressions. We have roughly about 50 or so different expressions that we have the wax melts that they come in, and we make them in all different fragrances. Right now, we probably have about 50 that are available for purchase on the site, but by the time everything is the way we want it, we'll have closer to 300 fragrances that will be available for purchase on the website.
Wow. Okay, so who came up with this idea?
Honestly, it was me. I am the type of person where if I'm going to do something, I don't want to do it the same way that everybody else does.
Okay.
So everybody likes wax melts. Everybody, wax melts and candles. People love for their homes to smell good, and they like being able to have those different fragrances. But the majority of wax melts that you see on the market, they are either the blocks, or they're the cubes, like the ones that you can buy from Walmart that come in the 6-pack that you just break off and drop in your wax melter, or they're the circle ones that are, shaped like the little pie. Okay, no offense to them, that's cute, but I don't want to do something that everybody else is doing. If you want to have a good quality product, then you have to have something that stands out from the crowd that everybody else is doing. So I literally looked for months. I would say probably 6 to 8 months. I looked for a mold that I could use that would be different from everything else that was out there that I saw. And then it hit me. I'm like, okay, well, people love emojis. It's something that everybody uses on their phone. They use them on emails. You literally see them everywhere, except for wax melts. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I can do this. I really can do this.
Wow. You're right.
So once I started looking around, I was able to find a bunch of different emoji molds that I could use. So I literally just bought all the ones that I could find that I felt would be a good use for my product. And I literally just bought them and ran with it.
Wow. Wow, that is creative. I mean, taking so long to find the right thing, was that driving you up a wall?
Honestly, it's not, because once again, like I said, I'm the type of person, if I'm going to do something, I want what I'm doing to be different that is out there.
Right.
And I have roughly two other product lines and two other businesses that I'm working at the same time. And I did them the exact same way.
Okay.
Before I made any type of product at all whatsoever, I made sure that I looked for something that would make my product different. I have to be honest, my children and I, we watch a lot of Shark Tank. And there's there's a lot of people that go on there, and the one thing they tell them is, for people who have something that they didn't patent it or they didn't trademark the name, they ask them, okay, so what's gonna stop Joe Smo next door from taking your idea and then putting you out of business, after I put my money into your company.
Right.
So that was one of the things that made me look for as long as I did to find something that was different. So with the molds themselves, because the molds themselves belong to other companies and other people, I couldn't put a patent on the particular mold. However, the name Emoji Melts, we have that trademarked. So nobody else can use that name for anything, any way, shape, form, or fashion that is relating to wax melts.
Right.
We also have the name Emoji Tarts, which are pretty much, it's a wax tart, but instead of it being a plain circle like most of the other ones are, it is it either comes in a poop emoji or it comes in a circle with a different emoji expression. So we have trademarked Emoji Tarts, as well as we have something that are called mini emojis, and they're just smaller versions of the bigger tarts, but we've trademarked mini emoji melts as well. So all of the terms that we are using to describe our products, they were very much free for use. So we went and we trademarked all of those names to make sure that even if someone were to try and copy our product, because we did it first, you can't use the name of our product and you can't use anything even remotely close.
Right. Oh, that's amazing. That's something that I had to do with my name as well, make sure that it was trademarked, because you just don't want anyone to just pop up and say, hey, that's me. It's like, no, it's not you. So yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
Especially after you put your blood, sweat, tears, long nights, early mornings, missed dinners, missed gatherings, no hanging out. After you have given up all of that, in your mind, you're like, no, I need to have something to show for what I've done. So, and I feel like that's the thing. That's how you protect your stuff. You have to make sure, depending on what it is, you either need a trademark or you need the copyright, or what it is, it might need both. But either way, just protect your stuff, so when you get out there, nobody can come back and say, oh, they stole that idea from me or they took this, because then that way you have the paperwork that says, no, this belongs to me. Thank you very much.
That's right. Wow. So all those scents and everything you're saying, by the time you finish, you're going to have over 50 different variations. This is amazing. Working with your daughters, how is that?
Okay, so this
Uh-oh.
Let's see, how can I answer that? So I have three daughters. I have a 20-year-old, a 13-year-old, and an 11-year-old.
Wow.
And what I will say is that for this business, there's definitely a lot that is going on at any given moment, because we literally do everything from start to finish at our house.
Wow.
So we store all the products at our home. We pour every single emoji by hand. There are no tools, there are no shortcuts. Every single wax melt, emoji tart, mini emoji, they are all poured by one of us. 9 times out of 10, it's me, because my hand is a little bit steadier and the wax can be hot. But the wax is poured by us at our home. We do the packaging. I basically make all the graphics. I have a degree in web and multimedia technology.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the packaging is made by us at our house. The website is maintained by us at our house. We do everything. So,
Mm.
I have one child who is responsible for putting all the labels on the bags, the front labels
Mm-hmm.
and the back labels on the bag.
Mm-hmm.
I have another child that when packages get delivered, they are responsible for the inventory. So opening up the boxes and saying, okay, what did mom order versus
Mm-hmm.
what did we receive, and being able to check those items in and knowing where to put them and keeping
Mm.
the fragrance levels, knowing what we're out of, what we need. Then I have
Wow.
another child who helps with the inventory and seals up the bags. Everybody in this house is working. Everybody.
Wow. Well, and now that school is not school, of course, the 20-year-old may be going to college or may not be. I mean, nowadays, who knows? Um, but what is that like? I mean, you have to teach them and they have to be going to school and then they have to be working. How is that working now for you?
So honestly, because my kids are very self-contained, it's
Mm-hmm.
really not, it's not very much different than what our normal schedule would be.
Mm.
Everybody still has their school schedule and mom has her work schedule, that she has to maintain. And
Mm-hmm.
then everybody has certain hours that, we all come together and for these 3 or 4 hours, for this day, everybody's gonna sit here and everybody's gonna do, whatever needs to be done, whether it's getting the bags labeled or taking inventory, putting the inventory numbers on the website or making the
Wow.
wax melts, whatever it is, we
Mm-hmm.
come together for that set amount of time. It's pretty much something's being done every day. So we
Mm-hmm.
come together, we get those things done, and then the rest of the day, everybody is pretty much free to do, whatever it is they want to do, whether it be schoolwork, hang out with your friends, play video games, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But, they know, okay, we have to do this and this and this. And
Mm-hmm.
I even took it so far as I made all of my kids fill out job applications. My kids have filled out W-4s. They
Mm-hmm.
have filled out tax papers. There are retirement accounts set up. Everybody has their own little prepaid debit card. So at the end of the week, we have a time clock. When you start your shift, you punch in. When you finish your shift, you punch out. So at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the week, okay, I worked this many hours. This is how much my check is supposed to be after I put the money in my retirement account, after the money goes into my savings account. They are learning what it's like. Well, not for my 20-year-old because she already knows, but for
Mm-hmm.
my 11-year-old and my 13-year-old, they are very much learning what it's like to have a real job. And,
Mm-hmm.
when you are on a clock, there is no, I'm talking to my friends or I want to
Right.
do this. All of that is to the side. We have things that we need to get done. And quite frankly, I don't want to be doing this all day. So I need for you all to focus and
Right.
let's get this done so everybody can get finished.
Wow. I ask that because a lot of parents out there have their kids home and they're doing nothing. And it's like you have this system that just is wonderful. It works so well, like a well-oiled machine. And I congratulate you on that. I congratulate you on the wax business, the trademarking the name and everything. So now tell me about the wax. Tell me about the melts. I really need to know.
So the wax melts are they're just fun. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know how else to explain it. They're fun, and we have fun with it. So when we're mixing the wax, and we have a couple different waxes that we mix together, it is
Mm,
organic and
okay.
it's natural. So there's no paraffin, none of the wax that's harsh that causes when it releases things into the air that it causes breathing problems.
Mm-hmm.
I have one child with asthma and
Mm,
two with allergies that are really bad. So it
mm,
was very important to me when I picked, the wax that I was going to use, that it had to be something that was not going to be harmful for my kids or anyone else's child,
right.
who may have those issues.
Mm,
So I basically use a coconut soy wax mixture that's my own proprietary blend that once again, along with the rest of the research and development, took a while for me to find the right mix, but
mm-hmm.
we have it now, so it works. And, a lot of times my kids and I, with some of the colors, we didn't really know how they were going to turn out because they all look different. And when it's hot, it looks one way, it looks way darker
Mm-hmm.
than when it actually cools. So as we're going along, we actually have a spoon that's in our freezer that we will drip a couple drops on so that way we can see what the color looks like and see if it's one
No.
that we like. Yes.
Okay.
That way we that way we can figure out if it's one that we like, and then if we do like it, we will go ahead and we'll add the fragrance and wait and we'll pour it accordingly. If we don't like the color, then we just kind of keep adding different colors until we
Mm-hmm.
find something that we do like.
Oh, wow. Now the fragrance, right? What are the fragrances or some of them?
So we have a ton of fragrances available.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say a ton, I really do mean that. So we have them in aromatherapy scents, bakery scents, chocolate scents,
Mm.
dessert, coffee, fruit, happy hour, tropical, vanilla. So you name it, we probably have, something that would fall in that category.
Wow, wow. Now, putting this together with your daughters, putting the business together, even though you do have your own business, you're an entrepreneur. When you think about the quality of the product, putting it out there and making money and having your children, would you do it any other way?
Probably not. Reason being, for me, I see so many companies that are built where the people who run it, they're family members and they're such large businesses
Mm-hmm.
now. They didn't start that way. They started as
Mm-hmm.
somebody's mom, somebody's dad, somebody's grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
they were tired of what they saw, so they wanted something different.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, honestly, in our community, we don't have a lot of that. We are very consumer driven, but
Mm-hmm.
we are not business driven.
Okay.
So we will sooner spend our money elsewhere
Mm-hmm.
before we will create it in our own. And the one thing that I will say has pushed me more than anything else is that I don't like being an employee. I don't
If,
like someone telling me what to do or how I'm supposed to do it. I feel like I'm an adult. Once you give me my job description, let me go off and, let me do this over here. And then if I have a question, I'll come back and ask.
mm-hmm.
And I've had my fair share of supervisors who like to micromanage and literally breathe down my neck while I'm trying to work. And that aggravates me. And that's very counterproductive for me.
Mm-hmm.
So in this manner, I feel like I'm able to not only have my own business and to be able to take care of my children on my own,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also able to put my children in a position to where for their generation, they won't have to go out and try to sell themselves for a job or compete with 50 other people in the same position. As long as this business is in our family, you will have something to do. The
Mm-hmm.
question is, do you want to do it? Do you want to take it of it? But it will not be the question of, well, can
You're
will I
breaking
be
up.
able to?
You're breaking up.
Oh,
You're
well,
breaking up. Are you moving?
I am not. I'm sitting very still.
Oh, okay. Because it was breaking up. So I understand that though. I totally understand, not being, and not having the necessity of checking in. You check in with
Right.
yourself. You know, the kids
Absolutely.
the kids learn how to become entrepreneurs and how to be
Absolutely.
creative, and they don't have to worry about people breathing down their necks, and that is essential. That's essential.
Absolutely. And I know that for my children, everybody doesn't like wax, so we have a couple of different things that are going on. I have one who is an absolute lip balm fanatic after a very unfortunate out of the country trip to which she forgot all of her lip balm and her mouth was completely dry and an entire
Mm,
mess
mm,
until she was able to get some. So, for that child, because her thing is lip balm, we have a whole lip balm. We have an
mm.
entire lip balm line. That way, she wears it, she pushes it, and all I can say is she sells a lot of it on her college campus. So, hey, I'm not upset about that.
Right.
We also we do skincare. So I have two daughters who have really bad eczema and they can't use anything in the store at all whatsoever. So we
Mm,
literally make everything they use, from shower gel, lotion, body spray, um, body butter, all
mm,
of it. Anything that you could buy from Bath and Body Works that's full of chemicals, we
mm-hmm.
make it once again at our house with no chemicals. We package it, we ship it, we sell it, we do it all. And
Mm,
it's a natural product.
mm-hmm.
So, I completely get it. And I know that my kids will not always share my passion for everything that I have. So
Yeah,
I try to branch out into products that are useful for them as well, as other people.
right.
So, we've got a lot going on, but I feel like there's a little bit of something for everybody in this family. You
Yeah.
you just have to figure out where you want to fit in. We have a
Oh,
place for you.
that is amazing. Congratulations. Congratulations on
Thank
doing
you so
that.
much.
Oh, it's wonderful, wonderful. I absolutely love it. I think that that's an amazing thing to do. You know, what kind of advice do you give to others that want to, get from underneath the taskmaster?
I guess the first piece of advice I would say is really figure out what it is that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Find a product and or a service that you really believe in. The reason being, there are going to be some very long days and some very long nights. And if you are not passionate about the why behind what you're doing, you're not going to be motivated to continue when it seems like you can't get ahead, when you feel like there's no money for what it is that you're trying to get done, when you
Mm-hmm.
feel like no one is supporting you and you have to stand all on your own regardless of everything else that is going on around you. So
Yeah.
that would be my biggest piece of advice. Find something, or yourself, a product, a service that you feel strongly about, whether it is yours or someone else's,
Mm-hmm.
and move forward. But definitely be passionate about whatever it is that you choose.
Wonderful. Where can people reach you?
Oh, so we are everywhere.
Mm,
We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, we are on Instagram, everywhere as Emoji Melts.
sweet.
Everywhere.
Sweet. Sweet.
um,
Emoji
we
melts.
That's right. We also have a website, www.emojimelts.com. We are open and we are ready for business. We don't have everything up. We are working on it. It does take a lot of time to get things packaged and prepared
Right.
for sale.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, we do have about 50 cents that are already packaged, that we have in stock, that are ready to go. So, yes, definitely feel free to drop on by. And if there's a fragrance that you are looking for, if there's a scent that you remember from way back when that you haven't been able to find, drop us a line on our contact page and let us know, because chances are we can probably find it and get it, and we can make you something, that you would really like.
Sweet. Well, I thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for bringing your creativity and your family. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. It was a pleasure being here.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Don't take it from me. I'll tell you what. Thank you. Thank you. And thank everybody for tuning in and listening. All that information will be in the description box below. So please go ahead and click on it if it takes you straight there. If not, copy and paste that into your browser and click enter. And get some fresh organic emoji notes today. Oh, did I do that? Yes, I did. Thank you so much, Miss Melissa Fleming, on the show with Emoji Melts, guys. We'll see you later. And don't forget to what? Dare to be different.